yarn from Knitcrate, and it's always so exciting to see what's going to be inside this month. So wonderful, wonderful. So we got the 2 skeins of Knitologie, and this is a worsted yarn. It's very pretty to work with. We want to make a cowl, and it's going to have 2 sides. We're going to sew the 2 sides together because it's going to have like a sandwich. It's going to have a bag inside with a zipper, and once you have the zipper there, you can keep your passport or your cell phone and money and things like that, and then just wear it around your neck. So this is a very good idea. You do want to have a provisional cast on, and the way you do that is that you take scrap yarn, the same size, the same thickness as your yarn, and I'm using a big hook. This is an eye hook. So make your chain, and the scarf is made, the cowl is made with 30 stitches, so I'm going to cast on about 34. I'm going to make about 34 chains. So very loosely make 34 chains. Once you have your 34 chains, cut your yarn, pass that one through, and make a knot on that side, because this is the side you want to unravel, and so like that you know which one it is. So once you have your chain, you pick up your working yarn, and you want to pick up the stitches on the bumpy side of your chain. So this is the soft side, this is the chain side, and you want to pick up the stitches on the bumpy side. So let me get this one, and you want to pick up those bumps here. Pick them up, all of them. Leave like a 6-inch tail, and pick up and pass it through and go there, and pick up another stitch and go to the next one, pick up another stitch, and you go on like that until you have your 30 stitches. So pick up from the bumps. That means on this side you have the chain untouched, so you're only picking up the bumps. So please note that you're going to have 2 stitches of garter on each side. So row number 1. So knit 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Purl 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Purl 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the last 7 you knit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, row number 2 is going to be purl, but remember that we want to have the first 2 and the last 2 as garter. Therefore you knit 2, purl all the way to the end of the row, and you're going to knit the last 2. So let's do that. And then the only rows you really need to pay attention are the 1 and the 5. because the rest are just knit or purl. So now we have, until we have 2, so we're purling the whole row all the way to the last 2. And then these 2 we're going to knit. So row number 3 is only knit the whole row. And row number 4 is the same as row number 2. You knit 2, purl the whole row, and purl 2. So I'll see you when I finish these 2 rows. Okay, so repeating. Row number 1, you knit 7, purl 6, knit 4, purl 6, and knit 7. Row number 2, you knit 2, purl to the last 2, and knit the last 2. Row number 3, you knit the whole row. And row number 4, you knit 2, purl all the way to the last 2, and knit those 2. So row number 5, you want to knit, whoops, gets in the way, so knit 2, purl 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, purl 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, purl 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and knit 2. Okay, so row 6 is the same as row number 2, and row 7 is the same as row number 3 because it's only knit, and row 8 is the same as row number 2. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back and explain those. Okay, so we said row number 5, you're going to knit 2, purl 6, knit 4, purl 6, knit 4, purl 6, and knit the last 2. So row number 6, you're going to knit 2, purl the whole way, and knit the last 2. Row number 7, you're going to knit the whole row. And row number 8, you're going to knit 2, purl the whole row onto the last 2, and those last 2 you knit. And you're going to repeat these 8 rows, and we will have it written down until almost you have almost nothing left. So I will see you then. Okay, I finished my 2 scarves, my 2 pieces of the scarf with row number 8, and then I put my stitches on a plastic needle and I blocked them. I blocked the 2 scarves, and once they were dry, I did a 3 needle bind off on one, and look how pretty that turns out. And the way you do that is that you remember that you have where you had your knot, so that's where you're going to start unraveling your stitches. And we have one here, and pick up all your stitches, take off and pick up, start unraveling and pick up until you have it all your stitches all the way to the end. So once you have all your stitches on your needles, put the right sides together. Make sure that the scarf is not twisted, and you start your 3 needle bind off. And the way you do that is that you pick up from one side. We do have videos on how to do this, but still. So pick up one from the front and one from the back, knit them together, and then again from front and from back, knit them together and bind off. Again, front and back, you knit them together, take them off your needle and bind off. Pick up from the front and the back, knit them together, take them off your needle and bind off. And you do that all the way to the end of the row. Once you do your 2 scarves, you sew them together. So now you put one inside the other like so, with the right sides looking out. So like that, the 2 right sides are looking out, and I have the 2 seams on the same place. And I found this bag that I had, and so it's a bag, and then I'm going to put a zipper in it. I bought an invisible zipper, and this is going to go inside. So it's going to go like so, sandwiched in between the 2 scarves, and like that I'm going to have a pouch, but it's hidden in the inside. So now what I want to do is get a needle, and don't cut your yarn too short. Leave a long tail so you can use it for sewing. So pick up from one side and pick up from the other and start sewing one with the other. Like so. And like that we go all the way around, but we're going to leave a space without sewing. Sew the 2 sides except for that space in which the bag is going to go into. Okay, so I place my bag inside the 2 scarves, and I pinned it so I can know where to stop sewing. So I just sew until I get to there, and I'm doing just a plain around because I want the edges to be out. So if you don't want the yarn to show on the sides, you might want to use thread, needle and thread. So I'll just sew to there, and then pour it to the inside, and then sew the bag to the edge of the scarf. Here we are. I closed it as neatly as possible, sewing it. So now I can open my pouch, and I can put my cell phone in there, and I can put my passport and some money, and then close it, and there we go. You can't see it, and it's just a little bit heavier on that side, but it looks okay. So I'll take some pictures of this and post it online. And thank you very much for watching. Please share us with your friends and like our page and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.